back with another video. Let me know if my chat is active and live. So I'm Dr. Sean, and this is the Hood to Hood stream slash podcast. And every morning that I show up, consistency is my rebellion, right? Dentistry is my craft, and streaming is my stage. So, from hood to hooded, I rise, and I will never go back to where I came from if I can help it. This is day one of a challenge to help me show up every day. I'm redoing my consistency challenge after having some loss. And it's not perfect, but it's consistency that we're trying to strive for. And this is not just to build wealth, but to build freedom. Time freedom, creative freedom, and family freedom. Alright? So today, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about escaping the box and choosing consistency. Okay? So you guys know that I have been on this consistency challenge for a couple months, and I have not completed it just yet, but life be life. So welcome to the tribe. If you don't know, this page is about positivity, inspiration, and knowledge to help you stay motivated and growing. So tap that subscribe button and join the journey. This is your daily dose of good energy. Alright? So, like I said, today we want to talk about escaping the box and choosing consistency. We all know how society tries to put you in a box, right? Even for me, being a dentist, people would try to put me in a box, which I never fit in a box. It's kind of impossible for me to fit in a box mentally. They say, oh, you're a dentist only, or say you take insurance only, or you can only do a 9 to 5. You have to get out of the box, right? I grew up in a world where people were telling me what I couldn't be. They used to tell me what I couldn't be because of my upbringing, my past, coming from the hood. I broke through once to become a dentist, and now I'm trying to break barriers again by becoming a dental streamer, to show you what's possible when you stay consistent and don't shrink yourself to fit a fucking box. You feel me? So, my whole thing now is to just check in with my audience, even if it's not perfect. Guys, we talk a lot about imperfect consistency here, and that's just showing up when you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. And that's what I've been practicing for a while now, because I be feeling like I want to have everything right to stream. And let me get my chat together and engage with you guys, but it can't always be that way. So yeah, I'm just here to chit chat with you guys. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching this live, don't be afraid to join the chat. Let me know how you feeling. Drop your questions, drop your concerns, drop your whatevers. If you're a troll, keep it rolling. But if you're here for real, positive, authentic vibes, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Okay? So if you're watching this, and I want you to think about your own consistency challenge. Alright? What's the one thing that you could commit to daily? Drop it in the chat so that we can build together. So if you have been following me for a while, I had a couple people on my first consistency challenge. This is probably like my third or fourth time starting it over. And what it is just doing something consistently for 365 days. Now, see, that's the part where you get a little, I don't know if I can do it, but for me, I'm motivated. When I went to dental school, that was 4 years of grinding nonstop, every day, weekends, nonstop. So I know I got it in me. It ain't gonna be easy, because nothing worth having is gonna be easy. And if anybody ever told you that what you want is gonna be easy, then you might as well just really see if this is something you really, really want, because anything worth having won't be so easy like that. And if it is, maybe that's great. But for a lot of us, it's not such. Alright? So like I said, I grew up breaking barriers, defeating the odds, overcoming challenges, and this is just another challenge that I'm going to accomplish, this 365-day consistency challenge. Alright? one thing that I recognize is that grief, dealing with loss, losing people, mental imbalance can stop your progress when you're trying to be consistent. But give yourself some grace, guys. Give yourself plenty of grace. All right? So that's how we escape the box, by giving ourselves grace. So thank you for being here for day one. It means more than you know. If you checking in with me today, you like, dang, Dr. Sean, you cheering me on. Like, we here with it. I appreciate you. I thank you so much, for just rocking with me. It's been a long journey. Like, for instance, a lot of people want to grow on YouTube, get on YouTube, have multiple streams of income, but they're so afraid to step outside of the box, to be their own leader, to be their own boss. But you need more than one source of income nowadays. One just won't do. Yes, hi auntie baby. Hi baby auntie, love you. Hey auntie, how you doing? How you doing on this beautiful Monday? I've been busy at work, just trying to keep up with my streaming, because y'all know I want to be a streamer. I can't even say I want to be. I am a streamer. You see what I just did there? It's all in the mind, right? I said I want to be. Wait. I am a streamer. And I've been a streamer since dental school, so don't get it twisted. This isn't something I just started. I've been streaming for a while, just inconsistently, where my audience can't even really stay connected. So we trying to work on that. I've been talking to Jupiter. If you know, you know. Chat Jupiter. Okay, I'll tell you. Chat GPT. That's kind of like my mini assistant. If you are not using AI, you're going to get left behind. So you don't have Chat GPT, I don't know what you're waiting on. Alright? But I was just talking to Chat GPT, coming up with a game plan to help me accomplish this consistency challenge, looking at the benefits, the rewards, what it can do for legacy, for community, for the future, just long-term growth and scaling the growth. And that's really what I'm mostly concerned with, is how can I use dentistry, streaming, and gel these two things together. And when you're thinking about your life and what you have going on in life, and the things that are your pain point, whether that is in your business, in your relationship, in even your personal development, what are your pain points, right? So for me, consistency is my pain point. That's why y'all see me popping on here trying this, because I know if I can just get this one key skill, which I have done before, but people will tell you, once you get in school, try to finish all your degrees, and if you have to take a break and go back, have a strong mindset, because most people don't go back. Once they stop, they don't go back. So it's really hard to go through that and complete the process. So I know that I can be consistent. I feel like my consistency kind of got overdone, burnt out, going from so much schooling, then dental school, then residency. It kind of got burnt out to the point where I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to consistency, but I can't be that way. If you guys know, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, to have autonomy, to really be successful, you can't be lazy. You can't procrastinate, and you need to be consistent about something. Like, you can't just wake up every day and expect things to change and expect this big, great change in your life when you're not making big, great changes in your everyday actions. It's all about actions, guys. I can't even preach it enough. But I said preach it enough. I'm definitely not trying to preach. Alright? I'm just talking. But I can't even say it enough is, stand up for yourself when it comes to getting outside of the box, stepping outside of the box, thinking outside of the box, being unapologetic, being unafraid, doing something new, and not being held to a ceiling. How many people watching this have one source of income? If you're watching this on the replay, just think about what I'm saying. If you have one source of income, and that income is leaving you just making it a little bit extra I'm gonna need for you to get another source of income. Oh, somebody car going off. Let's give it a second, because that is very interrupting. Very. Hopefully y'all can still hear me despite. Let me see my levels. Okay, they turned it off. But so if you have one source of income, think about what you offer to the world, your knowledge, your skill set that you can use to monetize that, especially in the internet age. Most social media platforms can get monetized now. I'm not saying it's easy. I never said, remember earlier I said anything worth having won't be easy. So the things that I'm telling you are not easy, but there are additional sources of income if you can be consistent and take it serious. Or even if you say, okay, they turn it off. Or if you say, you know what, I'm not really into the social media. I like. Then what can you sell? What can you make? What can you sell? What can you promote? What are you unafraid to go and ask people? Hey, put yourself out there. And you have a business now. Are you talking about your business every day? Are you telling people? Are you posting it? Are you sharing it? Are you proud of it? Even if you get 0 likes in the beginning, first year, 2 year, keep going. Remember, guys, Coca-Cola only sold 6 bottles their first year. 6 bottles. And let's find some more facts. I'm gonna give y'all some more statistics. What is going on? Like, is somebody out here trying to break in the car? Oh, they got a malfunction, it seems. All right. So Coca-Cola. I'm just picking a brand that most people know because everybody see Coca-Cola as this big ass brand, and they don't know where they started. They don't know that when Coca-Cola first started, they only sold 6 bottles. 6 freaking bottles. All right. 6 bottles. How many of y'all you go through a year selling some and you like 6 bottles? It must not be working. I'm gonna quit, go to do something else. But that what you sold 6 of was your passion. See, this is the thing about planting seeds, getting outside of the box. Sometimes stepping outside of the box feels lonely at first. Because think about it, you're in this big box, right? Maybe I should get my little drawer because that'd be helping us out. Let's see if I can annotate for y'all. Let's see if I can annotate this for y'all. Interact. Yes, let's annotate. So, Coca-Cola sold 6 bottles. We're going to say 1, 2. They stepped outside of the box and said, you know what? I'm limited in here. I want to get outside of the box so that my income, my freedom, my financial ability, my autonomy can grow. So I'm going to step outside of the box. And they said, we're going to sell soda. So that first year, 6 bottles. But this world is so big. All this out here is potential. All this outside of this box, guys, is potential. So they said, you know what? We sold 6 bottles. Let's see. So, 1886. Coca-Cola's growth story. I'm going to use this, even though it's not a Niji story, but it's something that we all familiar with. My grandma was a daily Coke drinker. Like, this was her drink. She had to have a Coke. Like, this was it. Not Pepsi, not Sprite, not Kool-Aid, not sweet tea. She was Coca-Cola. Always a case in the trunk. Okay? Always a case. So Coca-Cola started in 1886. Oh my goodness. They started in 18. So when you see this now, they've been doing this for hundreds of years, but could you imagine 1886? Coca-Cola. I think they used to put Coke in their cola back in the day, but we ain't. Coca-Cola, 1886, right? And they sold 9 glasses. They sold only 9 glasses a day at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta. That's roughly 6 bottles worth in a whole year. So 9 glasses a day at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, which is 6 bottles worth in a whole year. So that's why I say 6 bottles, because that's how much it was worth that they sold, right? So 1887, 1887. So from 1886 to 1887, they made oh, I don't know if I like that. Let's go back to undo. How do I undo it? I'm getting somewhere, guys. Oh, hold on. Alright, so there we go. So 1886, they sold 6 bottles worth, 9 glasses a day. Just imagine somebody selling lemonade, right? So then 1887, they made $50. But the syrup that it cost, the overhead, which I know a lot about being a dentist and having a dental practice, and my journey now is trying to overcome the overhead, right? So that second year, they was like, dang, they could have gave up the first year. They could have gave up. But this is where passion and seeds come into place and getting outside of the box. Because remember, they were in here doing whatever they were doing before. Then they stepped outside of the box, right? And they sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 1886. 1887, they sold $50 worth. But guess what? Overhead, which is all on my face, was $70 for the syrup to make the cola, right? So they lost money. Let's clear this out. So the first year, they sold 6 bottles. The second year, they were in the red for $20, right? The third year, or a couple years later, 1890s, sales began to climb annually. All right? By the 1900s, which was 14 years later, they were about 20,000 gallons of syrup annually. 1929, sales crossed 10 billion bottles. That was in 1929 now, billion bottles. Today, so they went from 6 bottles in first year, and this was in 1886, back when, they was doing a lot of crazy stuff with white supremacy, colonization, all of that. So we ain't gonna even go into that. But 2025, they now do 1.9 billion servings per day. 1.9 billion per day in 200 plus countries. Now, this is a lot of jibble jabble because I'm more of a visual person, but you can see, imagine if the founder of Coca-Cola stopped after only selling 6 bottles after the first year. Okay, they could have stopped. So it's just like you. If you want to make a YouTube channel, if you want to sell something, think about Coca-Cola's journey. Or for me, with streaming, getting on here, being consistent, my 6 views eventually can turn into 6 million. I just believe like that. I believe in myself like that, and that's the same way that you should believe in yourself. Okay? So you got to believe in yourself just as much, guys. So every time I start this challenge over, I have to start back from Genesis. As we say in dental school, we got to go back to Genesis. Okay? And that's what I'm going back. So let's go over other companies that have gotten outside of the box or thought outside of the box, and see if I can inspire you to think outside. Ooh, I don't like that box. So this is our box, and right now this might be you or me. Now we got to get you outside of the box. All right. So the way we do that is allow you to think about other companies, and we together can think about other companies that may have started small. Like I said, 6 bottles could equal 6 views. So for me, if I'm starting with 6 views, that's okay. And if it go on a whole year, it is okay. Your message is still relevant. People just don't know you yet. People just don't know your brand yet. That means you got work to do. Don't sweat. Don't quit. Keep going. You know, you selling a couple plates, keep going, boo. You selling a couple cookies, keep going. You selling a couple cakes, keep going. You selling a couple bottles of lotion, keep going. You selling a couple candles, keep going. You know, you got a couple dental patients, keep going. You got a couple people walking into your law firm, keep going. Keep going. You just opened a restaurant, it's a struggle, keep going. That overhead gonna eat you alive, keep going. 3 years as a dentalpreneur, I know that overhead can take you out the game. But so can feeling defeated. So can giving up on yourself. So can never trying. So can not even believing that you can do it. Can make you give up on yourself. Alright? So let's think about some companies that started very tiny, but now they are giants. So we already talked about Coca-Cola, how they sold 9 cups a day, which equal about 6 bottles a year. And now they're doing 1.9 billion, is it bottles? A day. 1.9 billion daily servings with 200 plus countries. It's been 100 plus years, but I'm just showing you the potential. Okay? So Coca-Cola isn't the only story that comes from Coca-Cola isn't the only giant that started microscopic, I should say. These stories really show consistency beats instant success. So many people now, especially with the internet age, people want to hop on and be viral. You know, sometimes that happens, but most times you got to be consistent and do the work. And this is what we're talking about today, doing the work. Talking to myself too, you know, I'm talking to myself, period. All right, so getting outside of the box. Let's think about it. I'm going to go over a couple companies that, you know, did the same thing Coca-Cola did. That's the same thing that we're doing, the same thing that I'm doing as a streamer, as a dentalpreneur, as all of that. Just showing you it's possible before it even happened. You got to believe, because I'm telling you something, these companies probably believed in themselves before they got to the billions and the millions and the 200 plus companies. They believed in themselves, because you can't tell me how many of y'all could go and do 6 sales in a year and go to the next year, do about $50 worth of sales, and then lose money, and then go back again and keep going again and again until you figure it out. And that's one thing I am realizing about dentalpreneurship, is that every day is so fucking challenging for me. I'm just gonna keep it straight with y'all. This is a whole nother level of entrepreneurship that I didn't learn in dental school. You know, I have a business minor. I took business classes. I have braided hair, but it's totally different from dentalpreneur. It's just a whole nother lane. And plenty of times I could have said, you know, the overhead is eating me alive. I can't pay myself sometimes, so I might as well quit. But I didn't do that. I stayed in the game. I stayed focused. I keep pushing. We 3 years in. You keep pushing. Keep pushing. Now it's not time to throw in the towel. It's just not. Yeah, you're going to have some pissy days where you just want to, but you know you can't. Because your legacy depends on that. Your future depends on that. Your community depends on that. For me, I have so many things that I want to do, but I can't do it until I'm achieve financial success, financial freedom so that I can pour into my community the way that I want to properly. Not just a little bit, because you can't help other people if you can't help yourself. I know people look at me, oh, doctor, dentist, da, 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 da. Listen, guys, I can't help you until I help myself. I tell people this, hey, I know you think I can help you, but I can't help you till I help myself. But let's go to these companies, right? So, companies that started tiny, but now they're giants. The first one, which all y'all should know all across the world, just like Coca-Cola, is Nike. How many pairs of shoes did Nike sell their first year? Okay? Nike. So you getting that side of the box. So Coca-Cola, they did 6 their first year. Nike sold 12 pair of shoes out of the trunk of the car. Phil Knight sold shoes out of the trunk of his car in 1964, and only 12 pair. That haven't been a year. I mean, that haven't been 100 years. 64, 74, 84, 94, 04, 14. That was 60 years ago. 12 pair. Today, they have 50 billion per year in revenue. 50 billion every year. Okay. They talking about the government dead. Is this mean Nike makes 50 billion in revenue a year? They started at 12 though. You feel what I'm saying? Coca-Cola 1.9 billion a day. Let me go back and make sure I said this right. Billion daily servings. Let me get it right. So they do 1.9 billion servings a day. Nike makes 50 billion a year. All right. And they are the world's next is Amazon. I remember Amazon. And I remember in college, Amazon being the place where you could go buy books, sell books. It really wasn't like how it is now then. And that was like 04, I would say. And that's 10 years after it was actually started by Jeff Bezos. He sold his first book out of his garage in 94. All right. The first month he averaged 1 book per day. All right. So that's Amazon. You need me? They here? Oh, okay, I'm coming.
I got a question about the smart club.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well,
You'll be back afterwards. We only got one patient, that's all.
I know. I'm about to hang up.
I hate how they do the new smart club thing where you just can't press which one it is, but
Well, I will see you guys later, and we will continue this topic. But remember to step outside of the box.